no tenenka no and watch it. Lawyer, me mountain. What Eckankar mu no mo emre dodo a ese said dia we free mu no yesie no say within a specific period, within 40 days, within 1 year, within 3 days, because the criminal for they almost say 3 days pepe as I said do share form Eckankar for mu obi bisa
ye ne bibia sa
okay mo de no mo hye ne te sen
o se egina busia no so ne de hye wo no wona so nya ahobo a ono ka ko hye mortuary fridge so bo an ho wi a eno ko yi eno abisi na so mo an ho a samriti bia no o de gu bia no mo pa o me kwa kusie no
enti se odipa kono obesie won mo omo besie no 1 year o 2 years o mfam mu ye okay mu ni mra bia
ye ni mra bi ti asade no se oni bi shem afi ba ko bosme ba ko ye ni samra bi asa
eno an se busua no omo boaboa omo ho a omo betumi abeka a kire mu
de ese di dua adwuma na si ho ne se oni pa bia wote ase a honam dua wa wo dia so nya dan to hope efunu wu na body physical brinya wo dia biem e babusan fo dia ti do mu pe enum de ye omra kwanso
bakavat me bawo mo mrabi da ho a se woni pa kono kata nani a esasi etumi sie no ekramufo no se 3 days pepe esasi e this monso mo de na tese
me check mo che se nipa no aye emu no wana be free mu no be kana se we free akra atasefo asasi so nti ne so ahonamdua no so ni faso bia tentempara no o se ye kata so ana ye se no ya Krishna for gidi se ye wonyo manum a ma honamdua ye honamdua ye eja mframa nsuo dotie ana space na tokro is ana man nine we na kabo mu ama the gross and physical body we no ejina nti se obi free honamdua mu a the first thing na ofrim ye free no maybe pranes ana life air a ekoso honamdua mu nti asana ye because obi efri mu no the life air no efri honamdua mu first na afei all the other elements no eja asati efrim tina obi wu a ye say ade a utade hu so wu ene say ne ho anwumu no because that fire element na honamdua no it is gradually leaving the body bonse na
the fire element na wo himfa tiritiri mu
fire element no it is running throughout the body until now home cry na you feel say your breath they are warm because in the body no you that eja honamdua mu to kind of vegeta
no your movement is that the movement of the blood
and your blood because a secrete a cause heat.
Yeah, any movement brings heat.
Into where does
no akuma no pompe and a muja no so di efrusane definitely will generate heat.
But what he says so boy I say or hypertensive and I say the body no low blood pressure and high blood pressure. Boy I can say the level at which our body no moja no e koneba no e wo form because there is fire or say nane insu and nane moja no amanitimi me absorb for the organs very quickly until you share your home more we feel say there is this heat in our breath and I sense I share say no mama you know eba together na twemu a generate heat internally in the organs nyina no work together no it create heat in our body. Inti according to Ayurveda some ancient science actually honamdua no ni ade no actually within our body no we have a fire element and on the boama digestion cause it is from nature. Since I make us say it has to see is me problem say heat ba
that's friction
where does the fire come from?
No, but so far a boy me now oh yeah o don't say
friction now can activity na cause no. But the day a janabano, untimi nche be free, but a friction on the cause that fire to come. The me cannot say. It is always say a free here a free baby didn't eba say two surfaces rub together and cause friction. The similarly, send it me movie a cobani adinano, it means that there's this fire within our body. And on a sound boama you obi we need medical science being himself without that fire, that light, we cannot see. We are completely a dense darkness. And so the eye also requires that fire, that light to be able to see the bunting. And so you are saying here external fire, the sun. As our boama is seeing ability no complete. Into a obvious, it's not even.
I don't know, just so to say, lawyer, Mochichi society.
Yen no, yen can't body no, say, details now can yen the yen. You do or cramming your free on them no more. Asa.
Brother, fire now, walk and is it in your teachings?
Well, Mammy and Tosso.
You should wait, that's closer to you.
Well, yeah, the crown.
There's nothing like the
fire in the elements near
no problem. Okay, we go Krishna.
Yes, into that fire elements, no, a idea it is within all of us, whether we know or we don't know. And into the body, the body now generated that element, that heat, wherever there is heat, it means there is fire. Fire na ekano and your mommy and son. Oh, a smoke, light, and a heat, and a maja, a jar. Into sometimes we don't see the smoke, but then we see the light, we see the heat. Into wherever there is heat, me piano, patches there is fire. Send a castle where there is smoke, there is fire. Into that, we do believe and understand by practical and experimental process. There are this fire elements within the body. So fire anyone
practical and experimental process.
Yes, so fire anyone I'm there with body way into me hoodie. You know, say this is this way earth. But to make any earthly surface be stick it together, there is a need for it to undergo heat. And it's in a sculpture, or say a war. Because that heat in the all the minute particles in a molded together. Now a form, and I jinabiana tibia. Until there is complete necessity for us to have fire within the body. And yes, Anka, even in your bed, we will just body in the body very cold. So the fact said there is heat within us, or in Canada and other places, the Lord attest to it, say. A due time, this time, that fire elements, it is not enough to be able to maintain their body. Until they borrow support from external fire to say he is near them. But internally, everybody, every living body has fire within it. Anymore, the body cannot sustain. Until for us to even have the ability to see, what the fancy catawano, Nahome, say there is heat within it. So it means that there is something going on within. There's a generating fire element within the body. Causes the breath to have that heat now we're experiencing. To be able to see, we need that light to be able to see. Every matter your pupil or eye and the iris, say with me, I reflect objects to it. They need to be a light within. That is what we also call that fire. And so that fire, digestion cannot even go on. So fire anywhere, every medical scientist say we need heat to be able to digest the food into smaller particles. So without that fire of digestion, how can we digest our foods? And from all understanding, fire is within the body. And see, that is why we say all the elements will go to the elements. And the hydration for Buwa, you say the best way is say you burn or you cremate the person.
We'll get there.
Sure.
We'll get there step by step, stage by stage. We'll get there. Yoni pakuno ya wono. Ya wono no. The organs, the heart begins to beat. And it sends blood through the whole system. And then there is ohome and all that. I'm wondering, this fire thing is still a clear, mami. If we is it as a result of the movement that air koso umunu and as a eka dada na air koso movement, which comes first? A movement in the koso heat and a heat in the air koso movement, which one?
A cycle. Adebia cycle be sometimes difficult to understand the beginning and the end because a kobesi ana asashasi. And see the inhalation and exhalation no cause heat to be in the body. But the major cause of the heat, a element, a idea, when I'm doing the movement of the organs, the pumping of the heart, and how the blood pumping from the heart to the brain and all of that. They need to be heat within the body.
Do you have that in trees?
In
plants?
Trees? Yes, of course. Humidity, I share plants are, and plants in our bank better than into ice. They also have that warmth within. And say drebu or ha, internet we all feel say, hey, a rate me bopa, bako drebu because they know how to balance the temperature within their system. And see the plants were your best example. That is why you can say exhale, you inhale oxygen, no more exhale carbon. Into or more exhale oxygen, inhale oxygen. No. Into more the processed air no more than any alpha. Into the plants also they have a mechanism and more quiet faster or more sustaining the body temperature. Into yes, of course, plants also have that fire of the enuntina because that fire no is within a diano. And then I say if you bring any adibia fire elements no closer to that wood na ignite. Because if that fire element is not there already, at the same time, there's no fire element in water. There's a soldier to see and some machines when they buy bedroom. Because ent me man combustion in the member. But say influence away a petrol. That's a fire element woman that da. Me so naked flame and I'm the car a bit explode because it has that fire element heading within it. Sounds on the dry wood be or fire no room. There's a so any naked fire be I'm the car a burn because it is there hidden within the tissues of that wood. Into a practical scientific say even woods no and I has that fire element. And yes sir, anka burning a driashi and can't mean yejuma. Until I want to mean soldier on no. But we burn your charcoal is made of wood because wood has that fire element.
Okay, now getting back to what kind of elements, say anya, eja, insu and ningina nipadia. And I'm maybe I'll say okay. Inti mo so we come one. Mo mra be a share no say ana money na din hu nkomo say one ebusuafo ne nka say ayere soa bia bosome na wotwe afe SSC mu wo bibisa ho
you bibisa recommendation but enyam mra chen say when this wa okra no but idea the best way out.
Okay,
I know say acha by 40 days or say the right of right I find say wufuo esomono it has to be done.
Why? I didn't hear.
Why? Because it is said within that 40 days span no nipa na went to my perfect life or was no he still or hover or around the crown into me and crossing over so the afterlife he stood around into you say a person a boa or crown especially nipa no what of war ana accidental death near dia and who may hear say was say ya mamre ni amane man tempara snebaya a boa or crown na wo no it me am managing no ade ko no yen tempara so nti yes recommendation is say at least nka obenya nka 40 days acha 40 days time no or say cremation na be why ayo and I say be see why you it has to be done because a boa okra no so onipa na wusu no so wusu ma na mpa na say odwe no ho dia it is said the 40 days no it is the most appropriate
40 days no start free
from that day now we na and it start count
day now kata na ni na and am sure say edikan.
But and I'm a kind so and sounds when you say obi ends me and follow 40 days now no couple sanjo no I no
yes said me no ho asem ni
I mean say
my question to you
I understand your point but people presume say on say your cast religion to be a cast one you say dia ni why you say but then I'm just giving the highest the best of the time frames but when to me 40 days now still cause over 1 year
I didn't think 40 days what is about 40 days
because that 40 days no some it say
I didn't think a year 40 days
well I know the nyam na me shemra no it's just like in a Ghana constitution because I didn't know my companies now for 4 years I wasn't there, but by constitution of the states, no, you say, or say, we are mampenia with 40 years, 4 years in term. Sounds like the universal constitution, it say 40 days, no, is the best time.
Universal constitution,
universal constitution, you find a religion, and you find on the scripture, and a dharma, the laws of nature, Yakupon, and money, and mra, out the New Year's. And so, Bobadi, and no one named dear Tertiary and Bobadi, no. So Yakupon and Nim, dear, and Nim, who no. Or boy reasons once with the manual and I said a Candian memory be at Batani Panho, send a bear Bobo Mayan Swapabono, across a year, send out to machine be our manual honor. It's by the manual of God, no, to his creation, no. That is a recommendation.
I don't know before. This is a manual of creation.
I say yet hey, Obi Witty came on Fanny Station to a capital. Obi Switty came while tuning in, Obi to fear or channel live or video or Facebook and Instagram or be so share. Until I cannot say I didn't know one capital. It is a one when you're connected to that frequency, no. Until for me, what I could say is say, oh, now my spiritually awake, no. Always the truth to reveal. Is that
BB or why you bet to me who says 40 days now and here.
Yes,
I want back or some man. BB or why be to me dear whom.
Yes, BB as I said, that 40 days, no, say. Nippano ain't me and cross over that time now. Sometimes a person can hover around as a ghost. Because the TN say, so be ain't me and completely if I say a free be karma and I say Mra Diama or Biana Shebren and Crabia. Say and Crabia say and an Shebre say also with the fancy 50 years was as you so. That's our train chamber tunnel. That's 25 years with free more. I cut by universal calculations, no. Only I also it's not half for 50 years since I can't remaining 25 years was as so. In the Basana, there is some imbalance biaba. It is a per se bull for now, or see a young money in a mamrebi. I quite say lawyer, a lawyer, no or intercede, no custom amount. So that by us 25 years, no, far and hover around because according to universal law, no. So 25 years, no, 50 years in a one complex as I see so. That's the 25 years no chemoa. The remaining 25 years, no, back at say some chain on and or crown anointing to me call and cross over, and also in me cast as you so. Not on and to say some sir. But yes, sir, I'm man within that 40 days now. It means 40 days in yan shehunam diano, and as I am buried next year, man within that time now. A woman. Sir or crown now than some train with me opportunity across over to the afterlife. Into there are several circumstances that people are stuck. Oh, yeah, physical pain.
No, Siena Yen in town and answer or no one Shebren insanity.
I reckon say me, no, the Shebren to wins me and young or now meets me. I am a madamano. I manage me and cross over because once was a 1 year D and a son of one of which
I'll get back to you on that. Lawyer. 40 days, no, I can't no more, sir. 40 days, maybe.
Medical can say, sorry. Idiot, Nipenua or Crano, or Finimuko, to be a from. To Dotiana da Hono, the Abusiape, and Obiano. Young count 40 days, and young count 100 days, and young count 1 year. The Abusian Pesse the body in the Yamra Quanson.
But Mattis are 40 days now. Say, as Antimony, be say 1 week. It be say after 40 days. It be Mattis had the end.
Yes, Antimem Hano. Yes, you want to watch that. You, there be a 9. You have finished that. Then you know, she has said, the Busiana pay, and no more. President GDB say. Now, you don't cry, no better say, be a Nipan or Beffy. Yet, I can go for position America. Asante for a memory. Now, you die as well, Beffy. Okay, can cook or be paid you and yedi, where ye be the answer now you done be drawn, one way your name when ye be. And oh, there be an answer so omujidi say, Sabrina, all free a busianamo acco. Untimin Tranham movie to all, Senna, if you no canon. Then yet Eckankar for position. What we are dealing with is how do we bury the dead? It's not about why we bury the dead or the things that we have to do for the body. How you bury the dead. And my country say, yeah, dear, yɛdeɛ ne sɛ ɛwofusum bi a ɛsɛ yɛma no no yɛbɛyɛ deɛ aka biara no yɛabusuafoɔ deɛ sɛ abusuafoɔ mpo ka so mu yɛma hɔ a so be it yɛbɛkua baabi mene sɛ menua de bi bɛto so ama
no me still am one chain as a while oversimplify the but how to bury the dead has a process. It must go through a specific process. And yet, time now, you be the chef from Mukwa. Until you go through process, probably if you can, you don't need that process. Now, I mean, this is I'm saying we have a common honor. Mu mon chere efa kwan a mo hyehyɛ mo nneɛma na mo yɛ mo nneɛma na mem sɛ obi ka baabi a no nso mu wɔ no nso wɔ hɔ ana ote de ameka na sɛ
Matias
nti mo deɛ no mo say sɛ onipa ko no ɔka baabi a ɔkɔ nti aka nipa dua no nko a ɛno ho adwuma na mo bɛyɛ
ebusuafo dia sɛ bia asɔre na ɛsɛ ɛma no a yɛbɛyɛ asɔre na wi ade aka bia no abusua dia ini control so biom
mu ni hwe ka ɛwɔ so biom
me de ka hye bibia sɛ woti asie no won sa won nan woti bibia ya wawo dia asokra utim dia di opibia mra kwan so no sen wonti mpa second twitwa ho so wawo dia nti attempted suicide 20 minutes adia no na mo wetima so refri kuma jale me kotran kran be kotran tamale me kwa wo ho kwan so isa ne mani nyina ada abeda na to hope honam nya wode abiem oja hoko opa sen gat nem oja hoko pe abusua na wo to mo no umna ho kwan se kwan bi epese de body ne fa so o mra kwan so no o be pa so ntie de se